So, frequently asked questions. Apparently, this has never been asked of me, but I have had this fed back to me. People at market do ask what our taste panel is all about. Do you know anything about a taste panel, Paul?
Yeah, well, one of the things is we're always very keen to get a lot of feedback from our customers, and a great way of doing that is we can invite people onto this thing we call Taste Panel. Now, somebody might sign up to our pie club, for example, and then apply to be on the Taste Panel, and we can draw people somebody at random, they then get pies to taste and then give us their feedback on it. So if somebody wants to, they're interested in it, they need to sign up to Pie Club, and we can do that straight away.
So with the taste, what people do need to understand with the taste panel is when they join the taste panel on our website, they are not going to get pies every single week, and they're not going to get hundreds of. So we have had people say, I can't possibly join your taste panel because I can't eat that many pies. It doesn't work like that. It's all rather random, but they will, if they're lucky, at some point in time get a pie to taste and review. Email offers. Something that happens quite often. People come up to the store with their iPhone or a piece of paper going, oh, I've had this offer. So how do you deal with those?
What we do normally say is, oh, fantastic! Oh, you must have joined Pie Club, or you're on the mailing list. That's brilliant. You didn't know that that's actually an online offer only. We do, because it's online, we're able to do some really good specials, and I'm sure you love them. But as you're here, I can actually give you a nice offer as well. Because if you see these pies, if you get two, I can take £2 off. But if you get three, I'll give you £3 off that as well.
So there is another piece of paper, or another piece. They might come armed with a 2 free pies or a 1 free pie, and it may well say on there you can redeem this at a market. Do you understand what they're for and why they've got those?
Well, sometimes when there has been a hitch, these pies are handmade, so occasionally a mistake happens. And in that case, they will email in and they will be sent a voucher for a free pie or 2. Key things: welcome it and say, "Oh, brilliant! Oh." So well, if you just check it, large pies or small, and editing date as well. There's a date on there. And then just say, oh, fantastic, which one did you have before? Just really start the conversation with them, because sometimes people get very nervous about mentioning any form of complaint to you. Just make it nice and friendly and receptive. And then offer them pies. Make a note on that sheet of where you were, put your name, where you were, and the pies they took, because then that's going to tally with your stock sheet when you come back.
Another frequently asked question is, how often are you at this market, or how often is this market? Which is pretty straightforward to answer, really, isn't it? So
it is. Equally, you get asked, where else do you go? Now, if you've been on board for a while, you get to know all the markets, but everything's on our website, so they can always track us down wherever they are. You might be in a nice place where you get a lot of visitors from all around the country. In which case, on the website will tell you their nearest or the nearest shop where they can buy, or we do mail order, because they're going to love them and they're going to want some more.
So another one is, often you get asked the question is, how long do these pies last? Well, you can say, well, there's a use by date, but then some people will say, well, that's not a very long date. So how do you justify that?
Well, it's very simple. We don't use any kind of preservatives. Never will. Everything's put together on the Friday night, so we dated for the following Monday night. So you got to midnight on Monday in the fridge. But what most people will do is pop them in the freezer. They're brilliant for freezing. You just cook from frozen. That's just the easiest thing ever, and that gives you anything up to a year's shelf life on it.
And another question I've got, we've had posed to me is, and I'm sure you had it as well. People come along, they don't know about the 4-hour or the 2-hour rule, so they don't really know anything about food safety, and they see that you're operating at a market without refrigeration, and they could ask you, how long have those pies been out?
Well, it's quite, that actually does happen quite a bit. What I tend to say is, we're really careful about keeping things out and keeping things nice and safe for you. In fact, they're safe to be kept out for up to 4 hours at this kind of temperature, but we'd rather go for 2. That gives you time to get them home. In fact, as to that question, how long these have been out, we keep a record of our times and temperatures, how long everything go out, so we can make sure they are nice and safe for you. So Was there anything in particular you liked?
Yeah, one of the tricks I have done, if I'm asked that question, and I say, look, we are rotating, we are loading the table from the cool box. Turn the pie over and say, feel the bottom of that pie, it's cold, and then they're satisfied. Okay, and cooking instructions. A lot of people ask, oh, how long do I cook them, and what temperature? So, well, that information's all on the box. But information that's not on the box is, do I cook them in the foil or do I remove the foil? Always bake them in the foil, because somebody will get one and it will freaking collapse because the sides are so thin. Removing the foil is a different matter. That's a different thing. I've got a handy video on how to remove the foil, and as Paul said, it's quite easy. You can use a pair of scissors. You can just use your hand. You just snip the edge, and it literally peels off like a banana.
Yeah.
I do them upside down. You can, or you can do a 2-plate trick, but we have got a video on that.